We all want value, and we all want to be valued. We want to have purpose, both in our private life and at work. Business leaders today are famous for talking about metrics. We must have growth, they say. We must grow this quarter, this year. We must measure ourselves against metrics. And then they list a mantra of numbers and categories and so forth. And the employees, although they don't often articulate this, the employees are simply thinking to themselves, what does that mean? What does all this mumbo jumbo and numbers mean? What is our purpose? That's what the employees are wondering. How are we improving our customers? How are we helping each other and our community? And that's a big nugget for the millennial generation, my friends. What are we doing for each other in our community? And then they ask, how do you, leaders, keep us safe and protect our jobs? That's what they're thinking in their heads, as literature states. When we talk about metrics and so forth, they phase us out for the most part. Famous leaders are for talking about metrics. But those are utterly useless to the common employee if they're not clearly defined. If metrics are poorly defined, employees' work life will be unfulfilling. Count on it. So leaders need to understand that it's foolish to assume that we can drive accountability to numbers. It's crazy. We drive accountability to human beings. We drive accountability by building relationships. How do you do that?
Your life is not summed up by anything other than your outlook. No job, no situation, no other person has the power to steal from you the wonder, joy, and meaning this life holds for you. This life was designed on purpose to deliver abundant happiness to you. This can happen both at work and at home. This is your wonderful life, and Doug Billings can show you how to achieve wonder, joy, and meaning in your career and in your personal life.
We don't fire people without coaching and mentoring them back to success and understand if they're rightly placed. We just don't do that. We don't treat human beings like that. At our core, we all want to know that we have value, that we're needed, and that we're necessary. We want to know that the company needs us. Once you begin to do this consistently, you'll begin to enter into people's lives at key moments and make differences for the better. And it feels good, and success comes. And those metrics that you're so worried about take care of themselves. Because all of a sudden, retention and recruiting and employee engagement are there for you. Because you're treating people like human beings, you're mentoring and you're coaching them, you're helping them achieve their definition of success, and they feel valued. And they're not going to go down the street or across town to make 50 cents or 75 cents, $1 or $2 more an hour. Because they feel valued right where they are. And they know that it's rare that a company makes an employee feel that way. Because you enter into people's lives at key moments and make differences for the better, it feels good. And another reason why it feels good is because fundamentally, we're fulfilling the meaning of life. The meaning of life at its core and its simplest terms is that we enter into people's lives at key moments and we make differences for the better. You as leaders have a rare and unique opportunity, a wonderful opportunity, to be able to do that every day. And you should be. Before you start talking about EBITDA and metrics, walk the floor. Because an engaged workforce will be the result, and a world-class reputation will be your reward. And all of those metrics that you worry about will become fulfilled. You need to also understand that when you begin to enter into people's lives, key moments, and make differences for the better, and when you begin to fulfill that meaning of life, you will discover that wonder, joy, and meaning in your career and in your personal life have never been more obvious. And what's wrong with that? We in American business don't often talk about wonder, joy, and meaning in our careers and our life. And we don't always understand that in order to have an engaged workforce and a world-class culture, that we have to be able to help our employees achieve whatever definition of success they have at work and in their personal life. Believe it.
Business leaders in America have lost sight of true servant leadership, which is to help those who work with you, and by the way, those who live with you, to find their definition of success. When you do this, when you help others find their definition of success, it ultimately brings more success to you as a leader. This is your wonderful life. Live your life in devotion to helping others discover their definition of success, those with whom you work and those with whom you live. And if you do this, you will ultimately find more success than you've ever imagined possible. Believe it. Doug Billings, Leadership Development and Training at DougBillingsKC@gmail.com.